Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Battlestar Galactica. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 5 of season 3 of Battlestar Galactica. That last episode was so amazing. But we're back in space and everyone knows how much I love space. But I don't think that this is going to make things easier. I don't know if it'll necessarily make it better. It definitely makes it mostly Cylon free, unless we still have people in the fleet that are Cylons that were part of the community, sleepers or whatnot. And especially because the models that were walking around, I think it's very obvious and known who the known models are, but until we meet the rest, I don't know. I feel like we're going to have kind of a couple episodes where we're dealing with the mental load of what happened on New Caprica and what happened in the 4 months since the Cylon occupation. Because definitely I think the two people that are the most messed up are definitely Starbuck and Saul Tigh. Now Saul having to kill Ellen. I don't know how people live with those demons. I don't know how he's going to live with that demon, especially what he went through physically, but mentally, I mean, we at least saw him without an eye, but like him going through that and then dealing with the Cylons. And then, he was very cold and very much didn't care about innocent life. He just wanted to get the job done. And I understand that and I get it. But then going through the loss of Ellen and, even, Admiral Adama, like looking at him and they kind of had like this unspoken moment where like, pretty much it's just like, yeah, not everybody made it. And, the Admiral knew exactly what that meant. The other person, of course, I'm worried about is Starbuck. I've never hated anyone as much as I hate Leoben. And like, I don't like, I hated Ellen because of obviously her behavior was just not somebody that I would ever be around. I would never accept that in my life. But with Leoben, a lot of his stuff that he's done has been forced upon Starbuck. Whether it was him trying to get captured so he would be interrogated by her. He knew exactly who she was. Everyone seems to know who Starbuck is. Like even Six back down on Caprica knew who Starbuck was. Them taking her ovary, like now that would be my worry is that like he introduced that into her mind that she could have had a baby from her eggs and then, posing Casey as her child. And I didn't want to get close to Casey because I was like, first of all, we don't know if that's her kid. Second of all, that is like being forced upon her. She didn't ask for it. She didn't want it. And like, he's using it to manipulate her. Like there's so many things that was just so gross and sticky and icky about that situation. And then come to find out it's not even her daughter. It may be, it might not be. I don't think that lady was necessarily lying. I think she recognized her daughter and wanted her daughter back. And, you could see that Starbuck was a little shell-shocked. Like she, I think, didn't want anything to do with it because she knew that she probably would care. And then when Casey fell and had her accident, of course Starbuck had to open herself up, and then she really did care, and then she bonded with her, and then she had that maternal instinct about her, and that she's just now ripped out of her arms. And I don't think Anders is going to forget that moment, and thankfully she has him to lean on, but I don't... They need mental health care, man. They need mental health care so much because like I just think Ty and Starbuck are going to lean into the drink and like that's not something that they should be doing. They're going to be very self-destructive. If not, great, they learned new ways to cope. But, if history tends to repeat itself, it probably will. And then we also lost the Pegasus, which was such a bold move by Lee. I knew he would go back and I knew he would help. But I didn't think we were going to like lose a ship. I knew we weren't going to lose Galactica because the title of the show. But I definitely was like, oh, we're going to sacrifice the ship. And I think that it worked out beautifully. it was good. Now, the thing is that the crew of Pegasus, they weren't all on board, but like they had a really big ship to live on. And then before like Cloud9 blew up, they had Cloud9 to live on. So like our fleet has gotten smaller, ship wise. And I mean, I guess our population also went down. So we need to get to Earth. We need to find Earth. I don't know when we really start to search for Earth again and how we find out what direction to head in. But, we have Callie and she has Nick with Chief. And we kind of have Sharon, who's now an officer again. I think she's a lieutenant. She might be a lieutenant. There's going to be some people that like really aren't accepting of her because she looks like all the other Cylons that like, they've come to fear. I don't imagine she's going to be safe, even though she helped save everything. I don't think Gata is going to be safe because he was an idealist. He was working with Gaius. And we heard Chief was just like, that guy Gata, he's going to get it one day or something like that. And I was just like, oh no. And I don't know when Gata like lets it slip that he was helping, and like, what will they even believe it? I hope so. There's a lot of like, now that whole thing is over, like now it's just like, okay, now we have our president back, we have our admiral back, we have all these other people that were doing all other jobs on like Pegasus, and like now everyone's squashed together. Like, is there going to be fighting over who does what? Did Tom Zarek make it out? I don't think we actually physically saw him get out, but like, him and the president having their moment and actually trusting each other and kind of being there for each other. And, him saying like, I really wish you had stolen the election from Gaius. I don't know, like now is he an ally? The people that were up in the fleet and the people that were down on the ground, they've had two different experiences. And I don't know if their experience is like going to come together and mesh well. Story-wise, I think we're in for a treat. So, guys, with that being said, I am so eager to get into this episode. So let's get into it.
Evacuate the entire facility.
That whole thing was phenomenal.
It's a place for you two.
Galactica dropping down and going out. Oh, so awesome.
Walk.
What? Oh no, is it Jammer? Oh, come on. He was doing what he thought was right. He saved Callie.
These are the names of the people killed by you and those under your command. You look at those names!
The Circle has examined the evidence and found you guilty of treason
Who's
and
the
crimes
Circle?
against humanity.
How do they get to decide this stuff?
To say before sentence is passed.
I was just trying to help people.
You didn't do a very good job then, did you?
All right, let's just get this over with.
This is so dark.
Chief, I helped Callie. I saved Callie.
Kelly did get away, somehow.
12 men, 8 women, and 3 children. Children! My son is on this list.
Oh,
His name is right there.
I get his
And that
anger.
fracking son of a bitch put him there. So saving Callie, does that make up for killing my son?
Answer the question, Chief.
Oh, does Adama know this is happening?
What was I supposed to do?
No, it doesn't.
What are they gonna do?
Punishment for treason is death. Sentence confirmed and carried out on this, the 3rd day of the second Exodus.
I'm sorry!
It's too much friggin' talk.
Are they just gonna open up an airlock and...
I'm sorry!
Why do these people get to decide this? Oh god, oh god. Oh, Jammer!
My son. Kevin.
I get it. It's hard. It hurts, but
I was
damn.
only 7 years old.
That'll never make you feel better, Connor. I hope you know that. Oh my god.
This isn't what I signed up for.
At all. I'm mostly disappointed in Chief. God. I'm so mad right now.
When you were down on the planet, you ran away from the trucks. Did anybody help you? Or the SCP goons or anybody?
Is it the best time to ask that after you've spaced him?
Wait, yeah. Somebody told me to run. I haven't thought about it since.
Did the eyes look familiar? Was it somebody that you worked with for 3 years on Galactica?
I mean, what? Why do you ask?
No reason. Go back to sleep.
I am really sad about all of that.
In my opinion, it wasn't his fault.
Well,
Gata?
if that's the way it has to be, then that's the way it has to be. No hard feelings.
Wait, what?
Mistakes were made.
How did Gaius
That
make it
is the
on
question.
to Galactica?
You're being too lenient. He betrayed you.
First of all, the captions aren't lining up. But second of all, I think that they're probably...
Don't make me angry, guys.
You wouldn't like her when she's angry.
Oh!
I've always wanted you.
Oh, this is definitely happening in his head. Are you dreaming of Rosalind? Oh, okay. Whoa, where are you? I was like, there's no way. There was no way that Ty was going to be like, yeah, he is in an impossible situation. Ty would never say that. Ty would be like, space him. Are you in a Cylon sex chamber? Because we saw the inside of those bay stars. They weren't comfy. That doesn't look comfortable at all. Centurion? Oh my god, is it just wandering around? Wow. He is on a base star. Oh, another resurrection ship. Yep. Not surprised to see more of those.
Just don't, okay?
Excuse me, guys.
Whoa. Rude. It's not his fault. Open up to him. I mean, not right here. It's obviously not the best place to have a chat, but...
So, Mr. President, how long before the new Quorum of 12 can be sworn in?
A new president?
3 days.
Zarek?
I will personally place your name in nomination as my vice president.
Wow.
You're stepping down without a fight. Means Tom Zarek wants something, so why don't you
Uh-huh.
put your cards on the table
Typically.
and let's see if it's a price that I'm willing to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm a realist. I never had any illusions about remaining in office for very long. Even so, I want to be included in the new government. I don't want to be on the outside looking in anymore.
He's a changed man, I'm sure. I mean, I don't trust him 100%, but, like, he has really shown that he's changed quite a bit.
Who gave this man permission to enter the CIC? The Cylons found us, Mr. Agathon. Your friend Guido was on the welcoming committee. Hey! Look at me! As long as you're here, maybe you can help me out. I'm missing something. Do you know where my eye is? So!
Oh.
Admiral.
Thank you, Admiral.
Back to work.
Yeah, he needs some some mental health care.
Let's go.
Get your hands off me.
Whoa!
You're embarrassing yourself, so
Oh, you're the one
Yeah.
that should be embarrassed.
go sleep this off. That's an order.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just go to sleep. Forget about it all. Just forget about everything. I'm not gonna forget.
I didn't think he would. Remember in the beginning, like the first season, when he was relieved of duty and he still like saluted Adama and everything? Like he still had respect for him. That's gone. I knew Gaeta wouldn't be welcomed back with open arms, but I didn't expect Ty to do that in front of everyone.
Most of these fracks are so guilty they stink. I get through 50 of these things in an hour.
Oh!
You think we're a bunch of thugs handing out punishment on a whim? This is about justice. You got that? Justice.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa.
Now, don't get me wrong here. I like you, Connor. You're a good guy. Next case.
Let me slam your head into the table, though. Wow. Is Ty drinking?
Felix
No,
Gaeta.
absolutely not.
Charges are collaborating with the enemy and crimes against humanity.
Gaeta, but you better tell them. And Admiral Adama would notice that he's missing. So if he's missing...
Okay, that's fine.
Chief,
Still
not
49,
guilty.
Chief. What's your vote?
But on 6 votes, I'm out too.
He's right. We need a sixth.
Who do you bring in? Why are they even... Sorry. I just don't like when people decide they're going to dole out justice on their own. Where's the baby?
How are you guys?
What are those? Yeah, I wouldn't sit with her either. Yeah, good call.
You'll have to excuse me, I'm slightly confused.
It's just that there's been some controversy about whether or not you should have been let on board or not.
I bet.
Question my value.
You are a human.
Now look.
Why does he seem so offended by that?
However, the vote's deadlocked. The decision rests with the sixes.
I imagine. 6 votes. Wow.
Well, we left thousands of people on that planet.
No, this is different. These are people known to have survived. Jammer, for instance. Bed check negative, sick bay negative. It's like it just vanished.
I'm glad they're keeping track of that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with a jump rope.
Oh, good for you.
Hey, I've dropped half a stone.
Keep jumping.
Ow! Dang. I didn't know if that was a euphemism either, but I'm glad it's not. It's real exercise.
How you doing?
You know,
Yeah.
making do.
Sitting in your plushy little office on Colonial 1 doing all Bald Bear's dirty work for him.
Starbuck.
I was serving the legal president of the colonies. We all elected him, remember?
Is that supposed to excuse it?
A little bit.
I set up dead drops. There was a dog bowl. I passed along Cylon positions, internal memoranda.
Right, Felix. You're a fracking hero.
He is. He's responsible for you getting to where you are right now. Starbuck, what was the point of that? Do you feel better? Wonder what she's gonna do with that information. Oh my god. I'm so irritated right now.
Whatever feelings I had for you have to stop. Cylon guys.
You are much, much more than a machine.
It's very true.
You're a person. And you're in love with me.
No, this has to end.
You need
I think
me.
you can do that, 6.
You need me, admit it.
I definitely think that's true.
And I need you too. Did you hear me? I need you too.
Maybe I should have started with that.
Yeah, I mean, that would have helped. Maybe, like, tell her that you love her, if you mean it.
We're just dealing with the worst of the worst. People
did
did
they add
more than put on
Starbuck
an
to this
NCP
group?
uniform or make a deal with the Cylons.
They're the killers. The real traitors.
Show did.
Yeah, but none of this is legal, right?
No. It's legal.
No, it's not.
You gotta be kidding me.
That's why we need to know right now. Are you in or
Wait.
out?
So the office of the president, was Zarek allowing this to happen? Did they just get like paper that said that? I don't understand.
Guilty.
Votes 5-0 in favor of guilty. It's gotta be unanimous.
Chief.
Get out of here, Sam.
I'd like to talk to my wife. I'd like to do it now.
Thank you.
I don't know how else to explain it to you. And I look at you, and I want to tear your eyes out just for looking at me. I just want to hurt someone, and it might as well be you. So you should probably go before that happens.
Wow. Wow.
Fine. Guilty.
I could fucking scream.
I don't want this anymore.
You're so toxic, girl. Do they have anybody that they can talk to about this stuff? No counselors? Anybody?
You've been tried and found guilty of crimes against humanity by a circle of your peers, as duly authorized by the President of the Colonies.
Of course Zarek would sign on something like that.
I already tried to explain it. I'm not gonna beg.
Too bad you didn't grow that spine 4 months ago.
Oh, god damn. Gator, spit it out. Come on, say it again.
That's right.
No! Beg! Tell him about all the messages and the dog bowl and everything else. Just tell me.
What did she say? What did she just say?
A signal. It meant there was a message in the garbage dump. Turn it over. It was a signal. It meant there was a message at the garbage dump.
Oh, that was you.
He's the reason you guys are alive.
He's the reason we know about the death lists. He's the reason I saved Callie. He's the reason we're on this ship.
He's the
Yep.
one who gave us the inside information.
There's our source, Colonel.
How you feel now, Ty?
I did what I could.
Kara just really wanted to space somebody, didn't she? Gosh.
What the hell is this?
Uh-huh.
Illegal. Sentence and execute people guilty of extraordinary crimes while collaborating with the enemy.
Told you not to trust him 100%.
There's also a death warrant with my signature for every conviction.
Your presidency is a farce.
Mm-hmm.
You think by making the trials public that you'll find justice?
Yes, I do.
Come on, Laura. You're not that naive.
Let me tell you what's going to happen if these cases go to trial.
With every fiber of my being.
With every fiber of my being.
She's back!
I am issuing a general pardon for every human being in this fleet. I thank you for your continued patience and courage.
You gonna sit with Gata? Sit with Gata. Good for you. Okay, so, you know, I really wanted to believe in Tom Zarek. You know, like, every time he like pulls me in, I'm like, okay. Oh, that's what's wrong with this. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's yeah, okay. As soon as they said it was legit and it had the presidential thing at the top, I was like, well, either they are making that up or he really is signing this. And I was just like, that sounds like it. And him wanting to get the quorum over to like make the president and them having a short period of time and that there was only, so much time to get this done. It all makes sense. Now I get people wanting vengeance and I get people wanting justice. In this situation, it's just like everybody's acting out of survival when they're on New Caprica. Jammer was doing what he thought he did because he thought that it would make it easier and it would get the Cylons away from everybody. Like if actual people were policing other people, then somehow that would make it better than the Cylons wandering around. I get that line of thinking, but like as he saw, like that wasn't what happened. Him being responsible for, was it Kevin's death? Connor's son, Kevin. Like, I get that. A grieving father wants justice. I understand. But it was very, like, rash and sudden. And again, no representation. And, man. And I don't think that made Connor feel any better. I don't think that type of, like, I don't think killing your attacker, I don't think that makes anything easier. I think you're still, like, dealing with taking a life. And I don't know. I don't, it's the same thing with Starbuck. When Starbuck was like, wanting him to beg, like she wanted to like someone to like beg for his life and kind of like it was almost like she was snarling. Like she just needed to like bite him or, just like needed to get like her pound of flesh. And I get it. I get that all of these people are hurting and I get that they're all broken and that they've lost people and that they've been through these traumas and especially Starbuck, that she's just giving up Anders because of the 4 months that she spent with Leoben, which is so irritating because Anders is such a good man. And, but she obviously is broken and she can't be the person that he needs. And I wish there was somebody on this ship. I mean, I don't know how you would possibly ever get an appointment with them, but like if you had a therapist or a counselor or somebody to talk to, makes me so frustrated that these people went through the things that they did and they don't really have a way to like work through it. They don't have they're not going to get the justice that they want. They're not going to get the vengeance that they want. And I get why Rosalind did what she did is so you wouldn't have these people passing judgment this way and like again nobody would be willing to be impartial. Like are you going to be like, oh, how many people were Cylon sympathizers and how many weren't, and like let's have like a good mix of our peers, and you just can't do that. It was a smart move on her part. I'm glad she's back in charge, I'll say that much. Gaius, clusterfuck. Zarek, shitstorm. So I'll take Rosalind. She at least like thinks with things like with like a good head on her shoulders. She's not rash or overly emotional about her decisions. I've seen like a couple times where she is, but it's not frequent enough to say that she like doesn't have people's best interests at heart. And Ty disrespecting Admiral Adama the way that he did, going after Gaeta, just like, and like I said, like there was a time when, he was talking back to the Admiral and I mean, at the time as commander, and, he said like, you're relieved of duty. And, Ty turned to him, saluted and said, I am relieved. And he went to his quarters. He was very respectful in that moment. And that's not the Ty that we have now. And he did have to kill his wife, like he had to do that. Like, and when they were saying that it's like better that you do it than somebody else, I disagree. I don't think he needs that on his conscience, on his memory, like, and him taking her clothes out. Oh, he's not my favorite person, but I would just love to be able to give him a big healing hug. I want to hug all of them. I know hugs don't solve problems, but they definitely make people feel better sometimes. And I was like so disappointed in Chief being involved in this jury. And again, I get it, like in him saying the thing that he did about Gaeta. And like him saying that to Jammer, like that's the person that saved his wife's life. But he asked that question after. And instead of it being like, I don't want to say that like Kevin dying but Callie living is equal, because I don't think it is. Like, did he try to do some good? Or his intentions honorable? I think so. I don't think Jammer ever wanted to be in a position of killing human beings. I don't think that that's something he's ever wanted. He wanted to help, and he was trying to do it the best way he knew how, and that sucks that they killed him. But to be fair, I didn't even recognize him until they said his name, and then I was like, oh, it's Jammer. Well, oops. Well, I don't know if Zarek's still going to be vice president with Rosalind, or maybe it's better to keep your enemies close. I mean, I wouldn't consider him a friend, and he's not very trustworthy. I fell for it. I was like, yeah, he's changed. Oh, got me. Lee had a very small part, but like, he's trimming out a little bit. Not fast enough, according to Admiral Adama. It's like, geez, like maybe he needs like a little bit of kudos from you, Dad. Like good job, son. Keep up the good work. Is that hard? Like, I don't know how much a stone or half a stone is. When people say that, I was like, does that equal a pound? Or is that like 10 pounds? I mean, he looked better, Tell he's still wanting his dad's, a slap on the back, every now and then. I don't blame him. I think when you get that from Admiral Adama, it's like very uplifting. Poor Lee. Yeah, so Chief, I'm the only thing that I'm glad about Chief being involved in that whole jury of 6 was that he could be there to hear what Gaeta said, because only Chief would know about the bull and the dog and passing information back and forth between each other. So let's talk about Gaius, shall we? I don't know what the hell's going on in that Battlestar. The fact that Deanna came in and was like, there's a vote, and again, 6 votes, which was really funny. And then 6 being the deciding factor, and her saying like, I can't let my feelings get in the way for you. Him saying like, I need you, and like I should have led with that. Yeah, you should have been vulnerable with her. And I don't know, because he was traumatized too by that occupation in a much different way than everybody else, but like he was kind of forced to do things that he didn't want to do. And he was traumatized. He didn't even want 6 to touch him, or like he couldn't even perform for her, which never seemed to be a problem before, but obviously there was a lot on his mind. Like there was a lot there. And, you could tell 6 really doesn't want to make that decision. She's struggling with it. Like she very much, like she's saying like, I'm a Cylon and I know that. I don't necessarily believe her that like, I don't think that she's going to stop loving Gaius. I don't think that she's going to vote to not have Gaius around anymore. But the fact that there are only 6 voting and that like the other 6 models aren't involved, that's really interesting. Although she said 3 for, 3 against, and then 6 was the deciding factor. So there's a 7th model? I thought we only knew 6. Simon, Laban, Doral, Sharon, Deanna, 6. Oh, Brother Cavill. Okay, so there's not anyone. Okay, so yeah, 3 and 3, and then 6 would be the deciding factor. I think Gaius is going to be fine. I don't know what his pills are for. I don't know what those are for. I would like a little bit of clarification on that as we go along. Like I don't know what he needs them for. Is he sick? Does he have a condition? Does it keep him from going crazy? I don't know. Or does it keep Head 6 away somehow? I don't know. But I love being on the inside of a Battlestar. It's pretty cool. Doesn't look particularly comfortable. It's very sterile, but what do they need? They just need a place to sit. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next couple episodes. And I knew that this one was going to be really hard for all the people that were considered traitors or like collaborators, and that it was going to be very hard for Gaeta to be welcomed back in. I knew it was going to be hard on Ty and Starbuck to, like deal with what they've gone through. And I was right. It's sticky. It's going to take a long time for any of that to be fixed. But Ty, I think, is probably the person that's changed the most, because the person that he respected the most, he was being disrespectful to. And I think he's going to have an even harder time. Especially if Gata is welcomed back in CIC. That's going to be an issue. I didn't see D in there. Was D up there? That's the other thing I was worried about, is people fighting for jobs, but I didn't seem to have that happen. Okay, but guys, if you want to watch full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to 2 episodes early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Well, what do you think of the group of 6 that's doling out justice? I just don't think that it's a civilized way to deal with it. I feel like there are definitely better ways, and I feel like there definitely needs to be more than 6 people on the decision if somebody's guilty, but then also, what do you do with that verdict of guilt? It shouldn't always be death. And like I said, like, use Ellen as somebody that's on the inside then. Like, once you know she has a way in, you tell her, you're going to do this for us. And that's what's keeping you alive. But instead it was just like, oh, collaborator, killer. And it's like, so I'm just saying that, like, there's always another choice other than killing somebody. Unless you're not willing to accept that choice, then, you know, you're the one that has to face the music at the end of the day, and you're the one that has to go to sleep at night. And I can't imagine that Starbuck or Ty are sleeping well at night. So that sucks. But guys, come back here for the next episode. This season, like, I'm very happy we're back up in space and we're back up in Galactica, but this season is definitely, gosh, like, to come in hot in the first 4 episodes of the 3rd season, like, that's just nuts. Like, there's so many episodes left of this season, and like that 4th episode was just bonkers. I am so looking forward to it, guys. So in the meantime, I will see ya.